In a quiet neighborhood where unexpected meetings change lives, a typical day for 14-year-old Alex turned extraordinary. While riding his bike home from school, he noticed a sleek black SUV stranded by the roadside. Curiosity piqued, he approached cautiously, only to discover its owner, a befuddled billionaire struggling with a flat tire. Without hesitation, Alex offered a helping hand, armed with just his father's old toolbox and a willingness to assist. The billionaire, grateful beyond words, promised to repay Alex's kindness. Little did Alex expect that the next day, a mysterious black SUV would roll up to his modest home, carrying an invitation that would forever alter his path. As the vehicle's tinted window rolled down, Alex's heart raced with anticipation. What awaited him inside could only be guessed. This chance encounter was about to unlock a series of events that would intertwine their lives in unexpected ways. As the SUV's window lowered, Alex saw the same man he had helped the day before. Dressed sharply in a tailored suit, the billionaire smiled warmly and introduced himself as Mr. Whitmore. But before Alex could say a word, Mr. Whitmore handed him a sleek black envelope with his name engraved on it. "Open it when you're ready," he said with a mysterious tone. Alex's mom, peeking from behind the front door, looked concerned but curious. Why would a billionaire visit their modest home? What could possibly be in the envelope? Alex's mind raced with questions, but he couldn't bring himself to open it just yet. Instead, he stood frozen, clutching the envelope as Mr. Whitmore's SUV pulled away. Something about this felt bigger than anything Alex had ever been part of, and maybe more than he was ready for. That evening, Alex sat at the kitchen table with the unopened envelope in front of him. His mom, seated across from him, urged him to be cautious. "Alex, you don't know what this man's intentions are. Why would a billionaire care about us?" she asked, her voice a mix of worry and skepticism. But Alex couldn't shake the feeling that Mr. Whitmore's visit was more than a simple thank you. Finally, with trembling hands, he opened the envelope. Inside was an invitation to a private event at an upscale hotel in the city, along with a handwritten note. Asterisk, your kindness didn't go unnoticed. Join me tomorrow at 6 p.m. W asterisk. Alex's heart pounded. Why would Mr. Whitmore invite him? Was it a trap? His mom hesitated, but eventually agreed he could go, if she came along. As the night wore on, Alex couldn't stop wondering, what had he gotten himself into? The next evening, Alex and his mom arrived at the towering hotel, its grand entrance glowing under the city lights. They were greeted by a valet, who opened the door to a waiting concierge. "Mr. Whitmore is expecting you," the man said with a polite smile, guiding them toward an elevator with gold-plated buttons. Alex could feel his palms sweating as the elevator ascended, the soft hum of the machinery doing little to calm his nerves. When the doors opened, they stepped into a lavish rooftop suite filled with only a handful of people, all dressed in elegant attire. Mr. Whitmore stood near a massive glass window overlooking the city, his presence commanding but approachable. He greeted Alex warmly and then surprised him with a question. "How would you like to change your life, Alex?" Before Alex could respond, a man in a dark suit stepped forward, whispering something into Mr. Whitmore's ear. The billionaire's expression shifted, his usual calm replaced by a flicker of urgency. "Excuse me for a moment," he said, walking away quickly. Left standing there, Alex couldn't ignore the growing tension in the air. Something was happening, something big, and he was right in the middle of it. As Alex stood awkwardly in the luxurious suite, his mom placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "We'll leave if this gets too strange," she whispered. But Alex's curiosity kept him rooted. He glanced around, noticing how everyone seemed to be focused on Mr. Whitmore, who was now in a hushed conversation with the man in the dark suit. Their expressions were tense, and Alex couldn't help but wonder if he had walked into something far more complicated than a simple thank you. Before long, Mr. Whitmore returned, his composure slightly cracked. He knelt to Alex's level, lowering his voice. "Alex, the reason I brought you here isn't just about the tire. I need someone I can trust, someone unconnected to my world. There's something important, something dangerous, that I must protect." Before Alex could ask what he meant, the lights in the suite flickered, and the sound of distant footsteps echoed through the hallway. Mr. Whitmore's face turned grim. "They found us," he said under his breath. He grabbed Alex's hand and nodded toward his mom. "Stay close, both of you. There's no time to explain." As they moved quickly toward a hidden door in the suite, Alex's mind raced. Who was after them? And why did Mr. Whitmore believe Alex was the answer to his problems? The air was thick with questions, and the stakes had just become life-altering. Alex, his mom, and Mr. Whitmore rushed through the hidden door, which led to a narrow staircase spiraling downward. The sound of heavy footsteps grew louder behind them, and Alex's heart pounded in sync with the thud of their shoes on the metal steps. "Who's chasing us?" Alex finally blurted out. Mr. Whitmore glanced back, his voice low but firm. "People who think money can buy everything, even the secrets I've sworn to protect." They reached a basement-level garage where another black SUV waited. Mr. Whitmore shoved a small steel briefcase into Alex's hands. "Inside this is something they destroy lives for, but it's safe in your hands now. You've shown me that integrity isn't just a word. It's a choice." The doors burst open and shadowy figures stormed in. Mr. Whitmore gestured for Alex and his mom to get in the SUV. "Go, I'll handle this." Reluctantly, they obeyed as the driver sped off into the night. Alex clutched the briefcase, his thoughts swirling. Hours later, safe at home, he finally opened it. Inside wasn't gold or diamonds, but a simple flash drive with a handwritten note. Asterisk, this holds the future of clean energy. Share it wisely. Asterisk. Just as relief washed over him, a knock sounded at the door. Alex froze. Outside, another black SUV idled, its windows dark and unreadable. Alex's mom stepped forward cautiously, peering through the window. This time, it wasn't strangers. It was Mr. Whitmore, safe and smiling faintly. He handed Alex a second note. Asterisk, you've done more than you realize. Keep it safe and share it with the right people. Asterisk then, with a grateful nod, he left without another word. Days later, Alex, guided by his mom, contacted trusted researchers to share the revolutionary flash drive's contents. The clean energy blueprint sparked hope, and Alex realized his small act of kindness had set something extraordinary in motion. Though life returned to normal, Alex carried the experience with him, a reminder of how one moment can ripple into something life-changing. As he watched the news of breakthroughs unfold, he knew he'd been part of something far bigger than himself.